Alright, today is Friday the 6th, February 6th. Hi, Sadie. We basically just did a 0 day yesterday. We'll do a 0 day today. We had probably like 2 inches of snow that covered the trail again, and I just took that as a sign to just chill out, pretty much. So, started getting into our Bible, and read through Isaiah, and now we're into Jeremiah. And I think the main theme that is constantly displayed is that you can constantly ask for God to forgive you, and he will. He's a forgiving God. But it gets to a point that if you're not changing your ways, he's just like, all right, I forgive you, but you're not changing. You just go right back to what you were doing before that caused you to sin. It's like, the cycle is unbroken. So it's not just merely asking for forgiveness, but it's also changing the way that you're acting towards others, I think, is like, the main theme that I just kept reading. And it's like, you ask me for forgiveness, and then you just go right back to all your other idols, whether that's money or women, prostituting yourself, and, all these things that are, an abomination to the Lord. It's like, if you want to be saved, you got to change your ways. And, God is totally a part of that process. It's just that, just simply saying the prayer doesn't mean that you're saved. Like, it doesn't mean that, I'm born again, so I'm good, and, I got my golden ticket. And it's like, nah, man, you gotta constantly be on guard against sin. Your actions have meaning, and, the way you interact with others, it's important. So that's just like my thoughts of the day. We're just basically just chilling. Sadie's just running outside in the snow, and it's probably like 40 degrees out. I really